Prepare to explore. Get out of the city and into an adventure that moves the whole family. Prepare to be moved. The all-new Nissan X-Trail.
On air, online, and on your smart speaker.
Get that feeling. On the Limestone coast, this is SAFM.
SAFM News Briefing. Hi, it's Dan Flake here with the latest. The current head of the Reserve Bank's confirmed it'll meet less to consider the cash rate from next year as part of several big changes to the organisation. Governor Philip Lowe says meetings will happen 8 times a year. It's 11 as it currently stands, and the board will sit for longer.
The less frequent and longer meetings will provide more time for the board to examine issues in detail and to have deeper discussions of monetary policy strategy, alternative policy options and risks, as well as on communication.
While the governor will front the media after each decision to explain why they've taken the measures they've taken. Some positive news for war-torn Ukraine. We're hearing G7 nations are preparing to ratify a long-term security arrangement with the country as its defence against Russia continues. It's understood the deal will include equipment, training and intelligence sharing. It's back to the drawing board when it comes to Australia's free trade talks with the EU. We want more market access. However, it's been another impasse during the latest meeting in Brussels. Trade Minister Don Farrell says the deal, worth an estimated $100 billion, needs to be right.
We've made it very clear right from the start that we won't simply accept any agreement.
Toyota mechanics have discovered a defect in some models of its Yaris range, sparking a recall to be issued. The company admits the problem could cause the sudden loss of steering control or the suspension to collapse or detach. And Burger King in Thailand's taking the term cheeseburger a little too far. They've launched an iteration of the classic with no meat and 20 slices.
After this, there is no turning back. You sip the red can, the story ends. You sip the black can, you enter dreamland. And I show you just how good the truth can taste. Take the Pepsi Max Taste Challenge.
Saturday's clash between Geelong and Essendon will see Chris and Brad Scott coach against each other for the first time since 2019. Not that Bombers mentor Brad's getting too wound up about facing his brother again.
In terms of the opposition coach, I'm probably more concerned about Dangerfield and Hawkins and Cameron, etc., than I am about Chris.
Essendon's set to recall ruck Nick Bryan for the clash. And England's named an unchanged squad for next week's 4th Ashes test, meaning shaky wicket-keeper Johnny Bairstow gets a reprieve. Australia's up 2-1 in the series.
Selling the family home? Miller, Juan and John put you first.
This is SAFM weather.
A mostly sunny afternoon across the Limestone coast, down to 7 degrees tonight. More sun tomorrow for a top of 15. For the best sporting podcasts from Australia and around the world, lift your game with Listener. Download the app now and search sport to listen.